Well, hello everybody. We've gone through a lot of things on this channel as far as like fighting fish or how to mend casting techniques. What we haven't gone over is actually one of the most important things you could do, and that is what knot you use to tie your flies onto the tippet. And getting people to change the knot that they use is like getting men to admit that they need Viagra. It's like super hard. Most people are super reluctant to change their knots. I'd say 80% of the fly fishers are using the clinch knot or the improved clinch knot, which is a good knot. It's just not the strongest knot that's out there by far. There are a couple of knots that are stronger. I think that they're easier to tie and that have a smaller profile. So when you're fishing size 20 to 24 midges, the clinch knot, you go around 6, 7 times, even 5 times, and the knot ends up being half as big as the fly. Whereas a lot of these knots that I'm going to show you, the Davy knot and the Pitzen knot, are only going around 3 times or 4 times at the most. So the profile of the knot is smaller, they hold a lot better, and they're just overall better knots. Okay, so I've got my great white shark hook here, and this knot requires tension. So what I do is I usually bury it in my finger. You can see how the callus is here, but this hook is big enough to just grab it. I'm going to take the tippet and thread it through the eye, keep some tension on the fly, and then I'm going to grab the tag end, I don't know, about a couple of inches above the hook eye, and I'm going to give myself a couple of inches of tippet. And I'm going to take this tag end and I'm going to wrap it back towards the hook. 1, 2, 3 times. You can do 3 or 4. I've always done 3, never had a problem. I'm going to take this tag end and go back through the hole that you created underneath your thumb and forefinger. I'm going to pinch that tag end and then sort of tighten it up. You can see it's not tight all the way, but it's tight enough that it'll hold while it slides down. Now the key to this, and you won't be able to see it as much with the fly line, is it tightens itself and then it twists at the end and pops. And that's when you know that you have a good knot. And you can see that that little twist, little pop. That means the knot is set. The problem with the clinch and the improved clinch is they're going to slip a little. So you want to leave your tag ends a little bit long. On this one, you can come in here with a trusty lid rig and trim it as close as you want, because once that knot pops or twists, it's not gonna come loose at all. This is the Pitzen knot or the 1620. Definitely a better knot than a clinch knot. Okay, so here's the part that always got me when I was new and I was watching tying videos or watching someone tie, is the mechanics of how to tie this this knot. So what you want to do is you're going to grab the tag end, you're going to slip the tag end through the eye of the fly, and then grab this piece right here with your forefinger and your thumb. Then you're going to take your forefinger and thumb of your right hand, if you're right-handed, and take the tag end and wrap it kind of back over your finger there. 1, then you're going to come around, twist your wrist, grab it with your thumb and your forefinger again, wrap it around. 2, and then I grab it with my middle finger, ring finger of my left hand, bring it around, grab it with my forefinger, my thumb of my right hand. 3, grab it, pinch it, bring it around. Now I have it right here. I have my 3 wraps. Then I'm going to take my forefinger and my thumb and just stick this through the hole that I've created already underneath my fingers of my left hand. When you learn how to do this knot, you can do it super fast. All right, so we've done it with the Jaws hook. Let's do it with a regular hook so that we can see it in real time. It's a little worm pattern. It's about a size 10, so it's big. And then this is 4x tippet so that you can see it. Again, this requires tension, so I'm going to bury it in my finger just a little bit and then thread the tippet through the hook eye. So I'm going to grab some length of tag end, a little bit longer than you would. Give yourself a little bit of room. So I've got about 1.5 inches and then about 1.5 inches of tag. I'm going to take this tag and wrap around 1, 2, 3 times. You can go 3 or 4. Again, I've always done 3, never had a problem. Take this tag in, there's a little loop that you created underneath your finger. So just take that and put that through and sort of tighten it. Now what we're going to do is tighten this down to the hook. And here's the beauty of this knot. Did you hear that? You can hear an audible click, and it also twists. That sucker is not going anywhere. You know, one of my favorite stories is when I would go do these fly tying presentations and fly fishing presentations all over the West. There'd be dozens and dozens to hundreds of people that would watch. And I'd go over this same presentation, show them this is how you tie the Pitzen knot, this is why it's better than a clinch knot. And inevitably, every time somebody would raise their hand, stand up and say, I've been using the clinch knot for 50 some years and I've never had a problem, you whippersnapper. I don't know why I should have to learn a new knot. So I told him, okay, I understand. What we're going to do is I'm going to take 2 flies, hooks about the same size, a piece of 5X tippet, and you tie your best clinch knot on one side. Give it the best clinch knot you've ever tied in your life. And I'm going to tie Pitzen knot on the other. And I'm going to give you both hooks, and I'm going to have you pull as hard as you can. Pull, pull, pull. And if my Pitzen knot breaks before your clinch knot, I'll give you a dozen flies for free. And you know what? I never had to give anybody a dozen flies for free because my knot always held up longer than the clinch knot. And that was an easy way to show people hands-on experience that there are better knots in the clinch knot, and this one, the Pitzen knot or the 1620 knot, is definitely one of the best knots out there.